The Nepal strike, led by the Gen Z group, began on September 8, 2025, as a protest against the government's decision to block several social media platforms, including Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. The government's rationale behind the ban was to control misinformation, but the young population saw this as a direct attack on their freedom of speech. The protests quickly escalated into a mass movement, demanding better jobs, transparency, and accountability from leaders. Causes of the protests. Social media ban. The government's decision to block social media platforms sparked widespread outrage among the youth, who rely heavily on these platforms for communication, jobs, and activism. High unemployment. Thousands of young Nepalese are forced to migrate abroad in search of work, fueling frustration and anger. Poverty and corruption. Weak education, poor healthcare services, and corruption are major problems that citizens of Nepal are dealing with. Consequences of the protests. Violence and casualties. At least 31 people were killed, and over 1,000 injured in the protests across the country. Resignation of Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli resigned on September 10, 2025, amid mounting pressure from the protesters. Curfew and prohibitory orders. The Nepal Army imposed a curfew in several districts, including Kathmandu, to maintain law and order. International reactions. UN support. The United Nations expressed concern over the situation and urged the authorities to respect and ensure the rights of peaceful assembly and freedom of expression. Calls for investigation. The UN High Commissioner for Human Rights called for a prompt and transparent investigation into the killings and injuries. Future prospects. The protests have brought Nepal to a critical juncture, with the future of the country hanging in the balance. The Gen Z group has proposed Sushila Karki, a former Chief Justice, as their nominee for interim Prime Minister. Talks are underway to establish an interim government, and the Nepal Army has taken charge to restore calm. The situation remains volatile, with the possibility of further escalation or a peaceful resolution.